welcome to Pushing Cardboard and another unboxing. Today we're having a look at the new game 1812 Great Lakes Frontier from Compass Games. This is one I've been waiting for a while. I'm kind of a sucker for anything on the War of 1812. It's a big, heavy box. It says complexity medium, medium suitability for solitaire play, and average time is 1.5 hours to 9 hours. So we'll have a see. It looks like a good looking package. Let's get right to it and see what's in this box. All right. Well, it's I knew it was a card-driven game, but yeah, look at that. There's 5 decks of cards here. So let's have a look at those right off the bat. We have US deck, US deck, US deck. Oh, this one looks like it might be sort of half and half. British deck, British deck. Well, let's have a look inside this one that seems to be half and half, and I bet that's the case. These look like your standard poker-sized cards. Oh, they're we got some Defender, some British deck, some US deck, and Attacker. So we've got a variety of cards in this deck. Those are the British cards. Here are some an example of a Defender card, an example of a US card, and let's see if we have an Attacker card here. Here's an Attacker card. Oh, sorry, whacking the camera there. There we go. Yeah, so perhaps these are some sort of special battle decks or something. Who knows? I'll open another deck and see what we get in there. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. These look more like classic CDG cards with an ops value perhaps up in the corner, and then the event or whatever if you're going to use that. This is called a reaction card. This is an event card. So yeah, this is the more familiar sort of looking cards. They also have a year in the corner. So these are all 1813. Here's some 1814 cards. So I imagine the deck changes as we go along. Let's see. Might as well open one more. Let's try a British one. Yeah, same thing here. We can see that it's the year is 1812. This is an event card, and I'm guessing, but that probably means 4 ops points. So we've got lots of 1812 cards here, 1813. All right, well, I won't open the last 2 decks because I imagine they're pretty similar to what we've already opened. We have a package of dice, 4 white 6-siders, and then 4 black 8-siders. Not your typical dice package by any means. This looks like a map, non-mounted map. I can sort of slide the thing by and you'll see more of the whole thing. Maybe see if I can't zoom in for you to have a bit of a better look at a close-up look at the map here. It's an interesting map because it says the map is 1812 Great Lakes Frontier. Oh, and this is the east map, so there's going to be another map as well. And it's just everything connected to the waterways. So even though it says we're going to get General Brock and all the other heroes of these battles in here, it looks like any land stuff is going to take place right next to the bodies of water. Here we go. We have this is the west map. This has got Lake Huron and Lake Erie. Yeah, this is a really interesting looking map. This is very, this makes me even more interested to get the rules out and see how she works. Okay, here's a playbook. Now this, I better, let's back up a little bit here. This is a thick feeling book. This is a 60-page playbook. There's some notes at the end here. Looks like a lot of historical detail, some solitaire play, quick play. So there's some one map scenarios, two map scenarios, some quick play rules. Man, there's a lot in here. This is a hefty book, as well as, of course, some examples of play. Well, that's quite a book in itself. Let's see how big the rule book is. It's 48 pages. I'm glad to see that the rules aren't longer than that 60-page playbook. It's a good-looking rule book. It's on a fairly glossy paper, so that's not the best, but it's pretty standard for what we're seeing in war games these days. But the layout, the color, plenty of white space. This looks fairly easy to read. Yeah, this is a really nice looking rule book. That's a bit of a beauty. Well, let's these appear to be some sort of battle boards or something like that. There's one for each player, and then on the back side, I'm guessing these are more for, I bet this is for naval battles, and this is for land battles. What do you think? It's just a guess. There we go. Oh, here's a setup card for an 1814 scenario, and a reinforcements chart for the spring 1812 and spring 1813 seasons. Looks like we have basically a play aid. Gives you what to do in the action phase, how to do movement, siege warfare. Here's another setup chart and another setup chart. So that's a 1812 two-mapper and an 1813 two-mapper. Well, maybe this is yet another piece of the map. I'm not sure. A little chunk of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Well, yeah, Queenston. There's going to be a classic battle right there. Queenston Heights. Another setup card. No reinforcements on the back of this one. Here's a train chart. Nothing on the back there either. Another setup card. And this one does have a reinforcement chart on the back. Oh, another player aid. This one, combat matrix. And it looks like defender can choose a tactic, and the attacker chooses a tactic, and you cross-index and to figure out how many dice or die each player gets. That's interesting. Fire effect table. Once you've figured that out, well, there you go. Another setup card. And 3 more setup cards. So there seems to be quite a few scenarios in this game. No doubt about that. Well, finally we come to the counters. Let's have a kind of a close-up look there. The counters are encased in plastic here. So I'll have to open that up because we're going to want to have a look at both sides counters if we can here. I wonder if they're encased in plastic because they're that type of counter that is so die cut that they fall right out of the trees or something. We'll see. Here we go. So here was the here's the British counters. Hopefully that's in focus. No surprise, but these are, most of the game is ships here. A few leaders. Oh, there's Tecumseh, and then this must be these must be the ground forces. Here's the back side. And then and here's the Americans. Now the Americans have way more ground forces. There's some of their naval force, and there's the rest of their naval force. But then maybe down here, maybe this is the rest of the British ground forces. So that makes sense. Okay, well that's it. That's the counters. This is a unique looking game in terms of its maps and counters. I can't wait to have a look at this and get it on the table for real. Well, there you go. That's 1812 Great Lakes Frontier, and this has been Pushing Cardboard. Check us out on the web at pushingcardboard.com, or check out our podcast as well, anywhere you get your wargaming podcasts. Thanks again for watching.